Was there music? Was there lyrics?
Yeah, I do remember it. I'm not singing it for you because that's the next question, right?
There weren't. It was just na 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 na.
And then no for quite a while longer.
It's just the one chord over and over again, and then someone yelling. It's pretty simple.
My mother, knowing nothing about it, told me that I couldn't watch it. I think she thought it was too violent, which is kind of hilarious.
It doesn't pay to court disaster, Robin.
You know, I just loved it. I just thought it was cool.
There was nothing more thrilling than Batman.
The dynamic duel!
I was like, holy fill in the blank. This is amazing. I love Batman.
There. Compose yourself, citizen. We understand.
I wasn't alive in the 60s. I mean, I got like current, like last 20 years of Batman, I totally got you, man. But
I don't know the TV show. Who's the actor on it? Adam West. I do know Adam West.
That's awesome. Okay, yes, I saw that like forever ago though. Probably just like not even a full episode, just in passing, but I definitely know what you're talking about.
Well, I love Family Guy. Family Guy's great. How long has Family Guy been on for now? Bow!
I didn't realize it was a comedy. I took it at 7 years old. You take that stuff seriously.
By the way, have you ever popped out of a cake before?
No, but I've been practicing.
The bam kapows on the screen. I just thought that was a way you illustrated a fight on television.
I love the graphics that came out anytime Batman punched anybody.
Pow, bam. Oh, okay. Favorite part. Yeah, that was the most exciting part to me.
Pow, crack, boom,
Kablam! Bow, bam, boom!
No, they wouldn't do smack.
Kapow! Smash! Bam!
Bam! Pow! Whop! Boom!
Kapow, blam.
And the da-na-na-na.
Holy chocolate eclair. What can it mean, Batman?
I scarcely dare think. I fear it's too grim.
They were saying the dialogue with absolute conviction. It wasn't a sketch to them.
Perhaps the edge-lighted lucite map of Gotham City will tell us some more.
It was playing it with absolute conviction while they're in tights and underwear.
I didn't necessarily like the costumes that they were wearing.
I remember the spandex.
The tights were a little bit too tight.
We're not here to discuss my wardrobe.
I remember Robin's sexy little tights.
Wait! The boy wonder is about to make a dramatic confession.
This is a costume that I couldn't stand. I mean, talking about, incongruities. Here's the most uncomfortable costume in the world, and I am designated as the wearer of that costume.
I think that Supernatural is making a mistake by not having the leads of our show in tight costumes like Robin and Batman had. I think we'd do a lot better in the ratings if our clothing wasn't so loose-fitting.
There's a guy who makes great capes and cowls right here in Gotham City.
It could only hurt us.
It could, yeah, that's true. That's true.
The idea of crime fighters in such fantastic costumes seemed too incredible to believe. We never had anything like that in Hollywood.
I went as Robin for a Halloween party when I was maybe like 11 years old. I made the costume myself.
I made them myself, but I have those old school outfits. Yeah, Batman and Robin, actually. So I just like to put them on, the different colored underwear.
And he still does.
I still do. And it's under here right now.
He still does.
I'm proud to say I took one of my mother's bikini bottoms, which was green, and wore them like the man that I was.
I don't think we should even attempt to fathom it, Batman.
I had a utility belt when I was a kid. They sold utility belts, and it had a grappling hook that didn't work because it was made of plastic, and every time you pull on it, it would bend. Nobody was going to climb with this thing.
Holy molars. Am I ever glad I take good care of my teeth?
True. You owe your life to dental hygiene.
where they would take the old plastic mold face with like a piece of string, and it was, you know, Adam West, and you'd pull it down onto your face.
I did a Halloween in a bad outfit, but sadly it was not designer. It's slightly modified, and it says on the shirt, not Batman, but the Bat, which I think meant it was a cheap knockoff.
My mother cut up a blue blanket for me, and she made it into a cape because I was Batman.
You know, I just grab a blanket, tie it around my neck, and my brother would get a red blanket, and we just do Batman, Superman all day.
I like that cape, Batman.
I'm afraid it's the Joker again, Batman.
We'll be right there. To the Bat Pools.
You know, you were always interested in Batman and you're always interested in Robin and whatever else was going on, but sometimes there was just a great villain.
You know that there's that universe out there of all the good guys and all the bad guys, and you don't know who's going to show up that week. Maybe this week we'll see Egghead, you know, or maybe this week we'll see the Joker.
Good evening, friends.
I have a soft spot for the Riddler, but the Joker was my guy.
There's just something about the purple suit and the white face and the grin. It's creepy and it's weird and it's fun. It's disturbing.
You know, there's a million Batman villains and some of them you go, that wasn't a very good idea. The Joker came out fully formed as this just wonderful character that seemed like he'd always existed. You would have to invent the Joker if he didn't already exist.
Cesar Romero's Joker is my first Joker.
Cesar Romero, to me, was the first Joker.
Every time I read him, I sort of hear that voice in my head.
That will always be, in my mind, who I always see Joker as.
Back then, I didn't see the mustache that he had, that he would cover up with the white paint.
I was like, shave the mustache. Like, how long does that take to clean? And it looked weird. It's like you have white. Like, what did he work like 2 days a month? He's like, I'm not shaving my mustache for this show. Was that it? I would have preferred the Joker in that circumstance dyed his mustache a different color. Like, make the mustache purple.
Women of America, beware! Don Juan Penguin is on the loose.
I love the Joker, but the Penguin was the best. You should superimpose a nice little cigar, a long one right there on my. One of you guys do this at the end, and just go ahead and impulse you. And put a little thing in my little thing right there in my eye. I love that.
I really enjoyed Burgess Meredith. Yeah, I did appreciate his performances as the Penguin. He was great.
What are we doing? We should be fighting Batman, not each other.
You had several of the villains portrayed by different actors. Even back then, as a child, you did start to understand that, like, oh, I don't love Catwoman, I love that Catwoman.
Julie Newmar as Catwoman made a big impression at age 7 and 8.
You're a pretty good looker. You got some class, baby.
She was just so sexy. Just so sexy.
I never acted seductively. You don't have to act what you are. That would be like putting butter on top of a cake.
Eartha Kitt.
Yes, absolutely. Eartha Kitt. Eartha Kitt, hands down, Eartha Kitt. Yeah. Catwoman, just the sexiness of Catwoman. Just even when I was little, I just knew I loved Catwoman.
I'll do everything I can to rehabilitate you.
Marry me.
Everything except that.
And Batgirl, man.
Batgirl?
Wow. I was like, okay, I'd like to meet Batgirl. I mean, even at 5, I was like, okay, I could meet Batgirl. I could look at that up close and enjoy it.
But what about my fondue?
Going my way?
I just like the fact that the Batmobile was like a 1960-something, whatever.
I think the Batmobile was cool.
Remember the old school car? The old school Batmobile?
Well, I mean, the car was amazing. Who didn't want that car?
That car was the business. That was the best car ever.
It's a sick car. It's like really cool.
I still think it's my favorite Batmobile.
It's very impressive.
And functional.
It had so many different gadgets on it, and levers and buttons.
And the wings on the back of it.
It was kind of like a Bond car gone crazy on acid.
But the technology of it versus what you see now in like the Batman movies and stuff, it has like a Batman phone with a cord, like a full-on, like, it looks like a house phone in it.
I think the Bat phone was basically a precursor to the iPhone. It was way ahead of its time.
Well, now, we had the first car phone. We really introduced them to the world. You know, to have some kind of a guidance system with a screen inside the Batmobile. Other cars didn't have that.
Holy cliffhanger!
It took a very famous and serious and earnest mythology and made fun of it and made something new about it without destroying it.
When it came on, I didn't think it was campy at all. I just thought it was cool. I just thought it was badass. Maybe that reveals something about my character that I should reflect on privately.
You certainly taught me a few things about politics, Batman.
Being Batman is fun. Back then, it just felt like, you know what, being Batman's a kind of a cool gig, you know. He's rich. I don't think I've ever seen Bruce Wayne work during the show, right? He's always in his mansion with Burt Ward.
It's about time for the Green Hornet.
As a kid, that was just fun because you got to hang out with your buddy. Every now and then, the red phone rings, you go out and solve some mysteries.
Yeah, it was campy, but it was fun and it was great, and it was a chance to see Batman and Robin.
I predict that Batman and Robin will soon be getting a call on the red telephone.
You know, listen, I was a 5-year-old running around with a blue blanket thinking he was Batman. I mean, can't get any better than that.
Is this really the end? Unbelievable.